Welcome you all again for the thermodynamic lecture series. Today we are going to discuss what is meant by entropy and what are all the basic principles behind in entropy and how the entropy is derived from the first law of thermodynamics. So before getting into the entropy, so we need to know about three terms. So what is meant by internal energy and what is meant by change in internal energy and what is meant by enthalpy. Okay, so first let we see what is internal energy. So the internal energy is a type of energy which exists in the system. Okay, so that is, it is a type of a heat energy that is already present in the system. That is, heat energy is stored in the form of stored in the gas at the given temperature. Then this internal energy is denoted by the letter U and it is mathematically related as mass into specific heat capacity into temperature. Okay, so that is U is equal to mass of the system into specific heat capacity at constant volume into temperature. So this internal energy is a type of energy which is stored in the system. It is called internal energy. So during energy transfer, one type of energy which is already present in the system, it is called as internal energy. It is different from your work or heat energy. Okay, so here in this equation, mass in terms of kilogram and specific heat in terms of joule per kilogram Kelvin and temperature in terms of Kelvin. Okay, so we'll get internal energy in terms of joule. If you substitute the specific heat capacity in kilojoule, you will get the internal energy in the form of kilojoule. So next one, we are going to see about what is meant by change in internal energy. Okay, so this change in internal energy is nothing but the difference between that rise and fall of your internal energies. That is, the increase of heat energy stored in the gas due to rise in the temperature. Okay, that is the how much amount of energy, that is how much amount of heat transfer with respect to your temperature. Change in rise of temperature is known as internal energy. That is the increase of heat energy stored in the gas due to that some rise in temperature. This rise in temperature is known as the change in internal energy. So that is, your mass and specific heat are same, but only the temperature difference will occur. For example, the initial state, the internal energy U1 is m into Cv T1, and at the final state, the internal energy is U2, so that is m into Cv T2. So for that we need change in internal energy. So we have to write U2 minus U1, that is mCv T2 minus mCv T1. So that can be written as delta U is equal to mCv into T2 minus T1. So this is your change in internal energy. So next one, we are going to see about what is meant by enthalpy. Okay, so here this enthalpy is very important. So this enthalpy is defined as a sum of internal energy plus your work done. Okay, so we know that the work done is your pressure and volume. Okay, so that is the product of pressure and volume is nothing but your work done, that is change in volume, P into dV. Here the enthalpy of the substance can be written as H, which is equal to internal energy plus pressure into volume here. Okay, so this enthalpy is denoted in the letter H, and which is equal to internal energy plus pressure into volume, where U is your internal energy here. This PV is nothing but your work done. Okay, by analyzing the single terms, this P is refers to pressure and V is refers to volume. Then last one, we are going to see about what is by entropy. Okay, so the entropy is defined as the ratio of change of heat transfer to the temperature. Okay, so that is change in entropy is nothing but your ratio of change of heat transfer to the temperature and this change in entropy is denoted in the letter ds or delta S, which is equal to dq, that is change of heat transfer with respect to the temperature T. So in detail we are going to study about what is meant by entropy. Okay, so in this slide we are seeing about what is internal energy and what is change in internal energy and what is enthalpy and some gist about what is entropy. Okay, further we move in detail to know about what is meant by. Okay, so entropy is an index of unavailability or degradation of energy. So entropy is also a form of energy which is already exist in the system during the energy transfer. Okay, so that is, we know that the heat always flows from hot body to cold body. Okay, that is hot body to cold body, that becomes a lesser value available. Okay, so because there is a change in unavailability of energy exists in the system, so that is the randomness or disorderedness are available in the system is known as entropy. Okay, so that is change in entropy. That is that it is a invisible form of energy. Okay, so the entropy can be, we can simply understand it by, it is an invisible form of energy. That is that the molecules are arranged in a randomness manner. Thereby we are obtaining some type of energy which is known as entropy. Okay, it is a measure of how much randomness of present in the system. Okay, so that is which increases the addition of heat and decreases with its removal. Okay, it is also an important thermodynamic property. Okay, so this entropy is majorly depends on how much the quantity of heat is changed, that is the change of heat transfer with respect to its temperature. Okay, so previously I have explained that the entropy is defined as the ratio of change of heat transfer with respect to its temperature, that is ds equal to dq by T. So next one, so this is your basic example for your enthalpy versus entropy. So we need to know about what is enthalpy and what is entropy. So enthalpy is denoted by the letter H and entropy is denoted by the letter S. Okay, so here the enthalpy is the amount of heat content. So in this ice cube, you take one ice cube. So in this ice cube, that is amount of heat content present in the system. Okay, so here at constant pressure, here your atmospheric pressure, this ice cube is placed at the atmospheric pressure. So in the atmospheric pressure, how much heat is present in this ice cube? Okay, so that is known as your H, that is your internal energy plus P into V, that is work done. Then what is meant by entropy? So here entropy is denoted by the letter S. So it is defined as how, that is here the molecules are arranged in a correct order. Okay, so in the here in the entropy, that molecules are in the randomness motion due to your unavailability of your degradation or unavailability of your energy. So that is the randomness of the molecules will occur. The level of disorder. Okay, so that is the measure of level of disorderness in the molecules is as entropy. Okay, here you can clearly understood what is meant by enthalpy. Here enthalpy is your amount of, that is total heat content present in this system is known as enthalpy. Here it is a measure of disorderness of a system or randomness of a molecule that can be analyzed by using your entropy. Two are the very basic thermodynamic important property. So enthalpy is nothing but your total amount of heat present in the system. Entropy is your measure of the level of disorderness in your thermodynamic system. Okay. Okay, so we are going to derive what is the change in entropy for an ideal gas. Okay, so as we all know what is ideal gas and what is ideal gas equation. So the ideal gas equation is PV is equal to MRT. Okay, so before entering into this expression, so we are going to derive this expression in terms of pressure, temperature and volume. Okay, so these are all the three basic parameters to derive any equation. So that is, before proceeding this derivation, we need to assume correlate two of the parameters. So we are going to derive three equations. In the first one, we are going to take it out temperature and volume. Okay, So we are reproducing the entropy in terms of temperature and volume, and the next one we are going to produce temperature and pressure, and in the last derivation we are going to derive in terms of pressure and volume. So in your first derivation we are going to express the entropy in terms of temperature and volume. So for that we need to understand one process here. Okay, here the gas is heated. So consider a gas is heated from the temperature T1 to T2. So that plot I am plotting in the temperature entropy curve. Okay, so this temperature entropy plot is nothing but is otherwise called as TS diagram. Okay, so TS diagrams, here you is the initial state of the gas and this is your final state of the gas is mentioned as 2. So initial state is referred to as 1 and final state is referred to as 2. So at the initial state the entropy measured is nothing but your S1, and the final state the entropy measured is at S2. The initial state the temperature measured is denoted as T1, and the final state the temperature measured is nothing but your T2 here. So in this diagram the area under this curve, so this is your area under the curve. So this area under the curve is represent your heat transfer. The amount of heat transfer in the system is represented by this area under this curve is no, this area under this TS diagram. Okay. So what is the first law of thermodynamics? As we all know, the first law of thermodynamics is nothing but for a process. Okay, so consider for a process. So this is a process. So in this process, Q is equal to W plus del U. Okay, so that is, it is written here, dQ is equal to dW plus du, where Q is heat transfer, W is work done, and U is your internal energy. Okay, so we know that work done, this work done can be written as pressure into change in volume here, and internal energy is mass into specific heat capacity at constant volume into your change in temperature. That is your change in internal energy. So this is change in work done, change in volume, so change in internal energy. Then for my convenient I am dividing this equation throughout by T. Okay, so I am dividing this equation throughout by T because I need a entropy. Okay, what is entropy? The change of heat transfer with respect to temperature. So we are having change in heat transfer. By dividing the equation T, you will get dQ by T. So this dQ by T is nothing but your entropy. Okay, so for that I am dividing the above equation by throughout by T. So we can get dQ by T, which is equal to PdV by T plus mCV dt by T. So again I am writing the same equation, but dQ by dt is written as ds. Okay, so before integrating this above equation, I need to substitute the values by using the ideal gas equation. That is, ideal gas equation is PV is equal to mRT. Okay, for that I am replacing this P by T from this equation. I am bringing out T from your left hand side and V to the right hand side denominator. Then what you get, P by T is equal to mR by V. Just to replace this P by T, which is equal to mR by V in this equation. Then what you get, and also integrate from this initial states 1 to 2. Okay, so this is your initial state 1 and this is your final state 2. Then integrate the above equation 1 to 2 of ds, which is equal to, I am substituting mR by V. mR is constant, so I am taking out outside. So m into r, integral of 1 to dV by V plus m into CV. CV integral of 1 to 2 into dt by t. So we know that m is mass, r is characteristic gas constant, dV is change in volume, V is volume. Here is also m is mass, CV is specific heat capacity at constant volume, and this is change in temperature, and this is also temperature. So when you integrate ds, what you get? S to the upper limit of 2 and lower limit of 1, which is equal to mr is constant, so keep it outside. Then integral of dV by V, that is integral of 1 by V is ln V. Okay, so ln V into 1 to 2. So in the mathematical term, your integral of dx by x is log x. So here in applications you have to use ln. Okay, so ln V into 1 to 2. So plus m into CV. So here is also integral of dt by t is ln t from your upper limit of 2 and lower limit of 1 here. Then you should apply your upper limit by lower limit. What you get? 2 minus S1, which is equal to mR into ln V2 minus ln V1 plus mCV of ln T2 minus ln T1. Okay, so you have just, I am substituting upper limit minus lower limit in this equation. Then I can write this ln V2 minus ln V1. This difference of equation can be written as ln of V2 by V1. Okay, so that I am replacing as S2 minus S1, which is equal to mR ln V2 by V1 plus, in the similar way we can write mCV into ln of T2 by T1. So this is your entropy, that is change in entropy for an ideal gas in terms of temperature and volume. You see, this is your change in entropy. In change in entropy is represent only in the terms of, these are all constants, mR, mCV are constant, only the varying terms are volume and temperature. Okay, so in terms of entropy, in terms of temperature and volume, only we are having volume and temperature here. So this is your first finding out from your entropy of an ideal gas equation. So next we move on to second equation. So in this equation we are going to derive an entropy in terms of pressure and temperature. Okay, so consider the same plot and draw the same points, that is initial point and final points, and what is the process is also here. Okay, just what by the gas equation, what is your gas equation? PV is equal to mRT. M and R are constant. Okay, so that is P by PV by T equal to constant, I can write at this process, and here is also M and R are constant, so I can write PV by T equal to constant. So initial state I am given number as 1 and final state I am proceeding the number with 2, so I can equate the two constant. Thereby we are getting P1 V1 by T1, which is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So I am finding out here I am in the need of entropy in the terms of pressure and temperature. So you keep pressure and temperature at one side and volume at other side. Okay, so I am writing out V2 by V1, which is equal to P1 by P2 into T2 by T1. So this is the change in entropy equation in terms of volume and temperature, what we have find it out from the first law of thermodynamics in the previous first derivation. Okay, so this is our finding out in the first derivation in terms of volume and temperature for your change in entropy. So I am taking out just that equation and replacing this volume in terms of pressure and temperature, because we need in terms of pressure and temperature here. Okay, so that is change in entropy delta S is equal to mR ln of V2 by V1 plus mCV ln of T2 by T1. So in this equation just I am replacing this V2 by V1 by P1 by P2 into T2 by T1. Then what you get? So consider the same equation. I am replacing just this V2 by V1 by P1 by P2 into T2 by T1 here. Okay. The next step I am going to multiply this mR ln to the bracket. What I can get? This delta S is equal to mR ln P1 by P2 plus mR ln T2 by T1 plus mCV ln T2 by T1. You see this here, both the terms we have to take common terms outside. Here mass is common, so I am taking mass as outside from considering these two terms. Mass is common, so I am taking mass as outside, and also ln T2 by T1 and ln T2 by T1. These two are common, so that is also I am taking outside. What is the remaining term here? Here we are having our characteristic gas constant, and here we are having specific heat at constant volume. So then our equation becomes delta S equal to mR ln of P1 by P2 plus m into R plus CV ln of T2 by T1 here. So we know that characteristic constant R, which is equal to the difference between specific heat capacity at constant pressure. This is specific heat capacity at constant volume. So the difference in specific heat capacity is your characteristic gas constant. So that is R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So here we need to replace this R plus Cv. Okay. So just I am bringing the Cv to this side. Then we can write this R plus Cv can be written as specific heat capacity at constant pressure. Okay. So that is delta S equal to mR ln of P1 by P2 m. Just I am replacing this R plus Cv as Cp, mCp into ln of T2 by T1. So this is our second equation we have find it out this entropy in terms of pressure and temperature. You see here only pressure and temperature here only varied. So here M and R are constant, M and Cp are constant, only the varying terms are this pressure and temperature. So that is entropy is in the terms of pressure and temperature here. So next we move on to the last finding out, that is in terms of pressure and volume. So that is entropy in terms of pressure and volume. Here is also we are considering the same process. The gas is heated from 1 to 2. Again, by applying the gas equation, here we need to in the terms of pressure and volume. So you keep pressure and volume as one side. Okay, so we need the terms of pressure and volume for the entropy finding out. So you keep the pressure and volume at right hand side and keeping the temperature at the left hand side. Then this is the change in entropy equation what we have discussed in the first derivation and derived this entropy in terms of temperature and volume. So in this equation you just replace this temperature in terms of pressure and volume because we need the entropy in terms of pressure and volume. So you just remove this temperature, instead you place this pressure and volume equation in this equation. Then your equation becomes delta S equal to mR ln V2 by V1 plus mCV into ln of P2 by P1 into V2 by V1. Just you are substituting this T2 by T1 value in terms of pressure and volume in this equation. Then you get, so then you get what? Just you are substituting this T2 by T1 in this equation, you will get this equation, that is delta is equal to mR ln V2 by V1 plus mCV ln of P2 by P1 into V2 by V1. Just I am multiplying this mCV ln to this term, then I will get the separate terms of two terms, that I can write mR ln V2 by V1 plus mCV ln P2 by P1 plus mCV ln V2 by V1 here. Okay. So in the next step, I am rearranging this volume R in the first two terms and I am writing the pressure term at the last. Just I am rearranging, I am bringing this third term to the second term and the second term to the third term. Just I am rearranging the equation for my convenience. So then your equation will be here. You see these two equations. So in these two equations, M are common and ln V2 by V1 are common. So we can take these two terms outside, and what are all the remaining terms? Here one R and here one CV. Okay, then the term becomes delta is equal to M into R plus CV ln V2 by V1 plus mCV ln P2 by P1 here. So we know that again the characteristic gas constant R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Then R plus Cv is nothing but your specific heat capacity at constant pressure. So just I am replacing this R plus Cv as Cp. Then you get what? Delta is equal to mCp ln of V2 by V1 plus mCv ln of P2 by P1. So you observe here is also the change in entropy in terms of the measure of pressure and volume here. Okay, so only in the measure of pressure and volume here mCp is constant, mCv is constant, only the varying term is volume and pressure here. So this is your third equation of the entropy of an ideal gas in terms of pressure and volume. Okay. So just we can summarize the derivation. So first we find it out in terms of temperature and volume. So what I can get? The change in entropy delta is equal to mR ln V2 by V1 plus mCv ln T2 by T1. Then in terms of pressure and temperature in the second equation, what I am getting? Delta is equal to mR ln P1 by P2 plus mCp into ln of T2 by T1 here. Then in terms of pressure and volume, what you get? Delta is equal to mCp ln of V2 by V1 plus mCv into ln of P2 by P1. Okay, so here temperature and volume. So only having the terms T and V. Here we are having pressure and temperature. So we are having P and T. Here we are having pressure and volume. So we are having only V and P here. So these are all the three expressions to find it out the change in entropy. Okay, so rather if you know temperature and volume, you can go with this equation. If you are having pressure and temperature, you go with the second equation. If you are having pressure and volume, you can go with third equation. Okay, so that's all. about your concepts of entropy and expressions for your change in entropy of your ideal gas. Thank you.